This must be big. Bob came from New York for this crap.
He flew into Welcome Airport. The Welcome Airport, direct.
Is that how you spell MC? I thought it was just MC.
Hey, are we talking about Daniel too?
No, that's Sunday.
Jesus.
Not the year.
I just told him all this Sunday.
I forgot.
Got it.
Power on.
That's me.
Bluetooth connected.
Oh, Celsius. I need a Celsius.
All right, sounds like we're on. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Kuhn, happy to be here. And Kaulig Racing is pleased to have everyone here today. Fans play a big part of this team's success, so welcome to all the fans to today's Fan Day. We're happy to have you guys, as well as inviting the media here in person and as well as on NASCAR.com for a special announcement for the 2023 season. Since a young age, Matt Kaulig has had a passion for sports. His love for the game took him to the University of Akron, where he was a standout quarterback for the Zips. Falling in love with the area, while in college, Matt established roots in Northeast Ohio, where he started leaf filter gutter protection in 2005 from the basement of his home. Well, since then, that one small home office has grown into the leading national gutter protection brand with over 110 offices across North America. In 2014, two of Matt's passions, his business and sports, collided when he decided to dip his toes into the world of NASCAR by putting leaf filter on a NASCAR Cup Series as the primary partner. Bit by the NASCAR bug, in 2016, he founded Kaulig Racing. Since then, Matt has established this race team as a winning multi-series and multi-car organization with 18 career Xfinity Series wins, 1 Cup Series win, and 1 driver in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs each year, or, as they like to call it, trophy hunting. To say Matt Kaulig has taken the racing world by storm is an understatement. So with that, please help me welcome owner of Kaulig Racing, Matt Kaulig. I'm going to go out of order. Chris Rice, president of Kaulig Racing.
Do we clap for you?
Yeah, you clap.
And last but not least, AJ Allmendinger, who is in his second full-time season in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and is the season regular series champion for the 2nd straight year. Welcome, gentlemen.
Yes.
Well, he sat with us when Matt had called and said, "Hey, let's go buy some charters." And Jay Haley's outside, Justin Haley, and he sat with us. But AJ sat with us, and we had a lot of conversation. But I wanted to tell you guys some things. We called AJ 5 years ago, and I say we. I guess it was me after Matt told me to do so. And AJ drove up in his Nebraska shirt, and he says, "Yeah, I'll race some, but I don't want to race a lot. I'll race some." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Just remember, now we're just getting started. Hey, we just want to try to trophy hunt, want to win some races or whatever." So he says, "All right, I'll run the road courses." That was in January. I called him and I said, "Hey, we're gonna run Watkins Glen, but actually you need to run Daytona the week before." He says, I said, no, you gotta run it because you haven't raced all year. You've been in the broadcast booth, you've been doing things like that. He's like, "Okay, I'll run it." He shows up, pushes Ross Chastain to our first win as a company. Jay Haley was second and he was third. Hour and a half later, he flies home and I had to call him and tell him he got disqualified. So he didn't finish third, he finished last. I'm like, oh no. So we show up, next week is Watkins Glen. He has a TV thing to do. He shows up at Watkins Glen. We don't have a hotel room for him. And so it's 1 o'clock in the morning. He's calling me while I'm sleeping. And he's like, "I don't have a hotel room." I said, "Yes, you do." He's like, "I do not have a hotel room." I'm like, "Okay, you don't have a hotel room."
We forgot
a hotel room for him.
Yeah.
So he comes and races a race, races with Austin Cindric, has a shot to win that race, finishes second. Hour and a half later, he's disqualified again. I'm like, whoa, this is going real well. Figured Monday he's going to call me and say, I'm done. He didn't. Went on that year. We won at the Roval that year, and then we show up at Daytona. He's going to run Daytona for us, and we missed the race. He drove a rental car home. He was so mad. I was like, oh, this is not good. Matt and I looked at him as we were trying to get a Nutrient Solutions car ready, and we said, hey, man, we'll race you in some other races. We'll probably pick Atlanta, different things like that, wherever you want to pick. And then COVID hit, and we raced a lot of races. He goes on to win Atlanta. He goes on to continuously make us better and better and better. And those are the reasons that when you see us excited for AJ is because he's always believed in us. He's always said that I know this is a building program. I know it's going to take a minute. And he's always believed in us. He stepped in the Cup car this year, and I think to date he's had 3 top 10s his last 3 races. And we know as a Cup program that, you know, it's going to be hard to beat the Hendricks, hard to beat all those guys. And it's been just a pleasure to listen to him scream at me, scream at our spotter, scream at Bruce, scream at Squid, scream at everybody. Get out and be mad at Matt because Matt asked him how's he doing. And it's been a pleasure to watch him win. He's won in every racetrack. From every size, speedway, 2-mile track, every racetrack. And I don't know if you remember correctly, but when he came back, they said he could only win at a road course. We proved him wrong because he's believed. And we live by that statement. He's a family. It gives me cold chills when he does win every time. I'm truly that excited when he won on Saturday. I'm that excited when he wins anytime. He's that excited when the other guys do good. He was more devastated when Landon missed the playoffs than him winning the championship. And that's what it means to us.
Well said. And I have the honor of actually officially welcoming AJ and officially announcing that AJ Allmendinger will officially be running full-time Cup in the 16 car next year, and I want a big round of applause for that. So super excited. AJ's unbelievable.
That's what I love about the fans.
He's unbelievable as a race car driver, like Chris was saying. He has proven that he is one of the best in the world at every type of track. I mean, the short tracks, the super speedways, the road courses, the mile and a halves. He's won on all of them. And he's done so much for Kaulig Racing in our program. I mean, even all the people here today and what we've built, he's been a gigantic part of what we're building as an organization, and he's going to continue to do that. So couldn't be more excited. He's a great friend. He's a great race car driver. He's a great person, and we couldn't be more excited to have AJ in our 16 car next year, along with Justin Haley in the 31, and couldn't be more excited. So with that, here's AJ Allmendinger.
Thank you, Matt and Chris, all the men and women at Kaulig Racing. You know, when we started this, I didn't think anything of it. Felt like I was moving on to the next step of my life. I was working for NBC and enjoying that part of it, and you know, thought, heck, that'd be kind of cool to mix in a few races every year and get the best of both worlds. And you know, through all the ups and downs early on, something I found right away was how much I love this team. And as 2020 hit and we started doing more races, I really started to realize when I'm not at the racetrack, wow, I miss these guys. And Chris and Matt know because I would blow their phone up every weekend watching them, telling them, you know, what they were doing wrong. But that was the thing that I kept noticing was this feeling's not going away. This is getting worse. Seeing the race cars on the racetrack and me not being them was getting worse and worse. And I thought, oh no, what am I thinking about doing here? Next thing you know, Chris, by the end of the year, says, what do you think? Matt and I want you to run full-time in the Xfinity Series. And I was like, ooh. Well, golf is pissing me off every day. So that whole living the dream and playing golf every day has just made me more mad. So why not? Why not do this? And it was something that I've loved every second of it, and I'm probably more passionate about it. Probably a little bit more edgy about it than I've ever been, only because I care about this team so much. And I've told them from day one, I will do whatever you want me to do to make this team successful. Whether that's be in the race car, not be in the race car, whatever it may be, is what I want to do. And we've had a lot of discussions about the Cup side of it. And what Justin is doing this year on a weekly basis, making this team stronger, and to be able to be in the car for 17 or 18 races or whatever it's going to be by the end of this year, you know, I love being a part of it. And I told them, you know, whatever it may be, I will do what you want me to do. And as we kept talking about it, moving forward, they felt like the Cup program was where I needed to be, and I'm all for it. So it's crazy how the last 4 years or 5 years of my life went. But more than anything, I love this organization. I know everybody probably gets, you know, the fans get tired of after every race me talking about all the men and women at Kaulig Racing. You know, it's what it's all about, because it's true. And I love this team. This is not a race team. This is a huge family. You saw it when Daniel and Landon came and hugged me after the race. I won that race because of both those guys. And that's because this is what the team is all about. So I love everything about it. I've loved seeing Jay's growth over the last 4 years, and hopefully I can help push that as well. So at the end of the day, this is where I want to be. This is where I will finish my career, no doubt about it, in whatever capacity that is. And I hope when I do, I'm still a part of this organization moving on forward. So I'm pumped to be back in the Cup Series, and we're going to keep trophy hunting.
Let's do it.
Are we back?
Yes. All right, with that, we're going to open up the questions to media. So, Jerome, we'll start with you.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. AJ, last time you were in the Cup Series full time, I think it's fair to say it wasn't as fun of an experience as if you wanted it to be. Why this time is it going to be different?
Because of the two guys that I'm sitting next to and all the people that are in this shop. You know, you're still going to find when it's a bad day, I'm going to be absolutely pissed off about it. That's not ever going to change. I've told them from day one, the moment we struggle and I get out of the car and say, doesn't matter, we're just here having fun, I said, get me out of the race car. I don't belong in it. I am who I am. 40 years old, I'll be 41 when we start the Cup year next year. I'm not changing. And I hope they don't ever want me to change, because it's all about going out there and trying to win races and be better. What it is about, truly though, is I see the growth of this race team. And I'm in a different time in my life in the sense I've with all the success, what we have, 13 wins together, right? With counting the cup win, you know, 2 regular season championships. We've able to get the super speedway win this past weekend. I'm more comfortable in my skin than I've ever been. And, you know, that may sound weird because I've always been outgoing and I've been outspoken, and you see me wear my emotions on my sleeve, but there's always a lot of self-doubt. Every day I wake up self-doubt, and every day it's what drives me. And I'd say 4 years ago, as my wife has been with me now for nearly 10 years, can attest to, there was a lot of dark days that, unfortunately, not fair to her, she couldn't fix. These guys don't allow that. We got a time period. If it's a bad weekend, I'm mad, they shut it down, we have fun after that. And more than anything, I'm so comfortable with what I've been able to accomplish, and I'm more confident in myself, and I think by far I'm way better than I've ever been in a race car. So, sure, are there going to be tough times and growing pains still? Of course. This is what being a brand new Cup team entails in trying to get better, but I love what they're all about. And they believe in me, and that's all I need to know, that I'll be okay, whether it's good or bad.
2 more questions for me. Looking at the Cup schedule, AJ, it seems kind of tailor-made for your skill set. Obviously, the road courses, 5 of those in the regular season. Very good in super speedways, intermediate tracks, Martinsville. It seems like you really can go into next year with an expectation of being competitive and winning races.
Yeah, I'm not worried about those. You know, the one I think I'm going to dominate at is the Bristol Dirt Race. I mean, if you go back and watch my two races at Eldora and Tony's Classic there, like, I was pretty badass there. So
How'd you do for real?
the first one I hit the fence the first year. The second one I about ran top 10. So
There's
that's
only 10 cars there.
well, it's all right though. It's that's where I'm going to shine. It's the Bristol Dirt Race.
This question's for Matt and Chris. You're looking at the schedule next year. Is playoffs the goal? I mean, is it realistic that you guys should go win races and make the playoffs?
I don't think that's a question. That's yeah, absolutely. You know, we look at AJ and he's had 4 opportunities to win a race. We about killed him at Indianapolis, and he still had an opportunity to win a race. So yeah, I definitely think that. I think when you look at what we've done in Xfinity over the last couple of years, absolutely. I think our team is getting better and better. Everybody that works on all the teams here are getting better and better, but we definitely want to look at the playoffs, and that is absolutely the goal, and try to get to the next round.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that, I mean, if you really look at our race program in the Cup Series, we're literally in our freshman year. I mean, we're in our first year in Cup and have run great. He's run great. All the guys. Daniel ran great. Noah's run great in that 16. And then what Justin Haley's done has been phenomenal. So we're extremely happy with our very first year. And so I think it's a little early to talk about expectations for next year. But obviously when you've got A.J. Allmendinger racing your race car in any series and anything, then we've got a good chance. So that's why he's sitting next to us. That's why we're having even this press conference. You know, we love A.J. We are a big family. And our expectations for everybody in the race shop is to go fast. I mean, we're racing. Is to go as fast as you can and compete for wins. You know, like Kim said before, I mean, we're trophy hunting. I mean, that's what we do here. We've said when we started this organization that we're not just here just to race around the track and just to kind of compete and to be in the series. Like, we are trophy hunting. We want flags up in the race shop. We want trophies to celebrate, and we want to have fun. So that's one of the big things about Kaulig Racing is we want to have fun. We do love AJ. You know, he is fun, and except when we don't run good, then he's not so fun. But that's what we do. And so our expectations are to give him the best race cars that we could possibly give him, and let him do his thing, which is winning.
AJ, is this a one-year commitment from you for Cup, or does it go beyond next year?
How do you want me to answer that, Chris?
He has a multi-year agreement that is, honestly, it's like what he said. It's as long as he wants to race. Now, it's up to him after the first year if he wants to continue Cup or do whatever he wants to do. But right now, his commitment and his contract it's a multi-year, and with extensions of however long we want it, and he wants it.
And then do you guys know who's going to replace him in Xfinity?
I didn't make those decisions. Do you want to know? Do you know yet?
We're still trying to figure it out. Does anybody else have any questions for AJ?
No? All right. Well, actually we do know, Bob. As we were planning this, Matt and Chris, we're trying to find the right guy to replace the 16 car. I don't know if he understands this, but he's got some enormous shoes to fill. 7.5s, by the way. 8 if it's a big shoe. But with that said, Chandler Smith, you get the keys to the 16 Xfinity car.
I'm really looking forward to this. I was joking with Chris after Talladega after he won. I said, man, I got some really big shoes to fill, don't I, man? So, no, I'm really excited. Been talking to Chris for a few weeks here. Linked up with Matt, too. This place already feels like home. I've been up here a handful of times. I love this organization. One thing that really stands out to me is just family. This feels super family-oriented, and that's what means a lot to me as a driver. I had a lot of different choices at the end of the day, but it was very clear this was the right one. So I'm really excited.
Well, so Chandler obviously is doing a great job in the truck series. He's one of the great young drivers in our sport. So, yeah, we welcome him to the 16 Xfinity car next year. Big shoes to fill in AJ, but we're super excited and wish him the best even this year. We think you're going to win the championship.
Bob, thanks for teeing that up, but we thought it was only appropriate since AJ has drove the 16 car pretty much. You know, Ross did run a couple races in it or whatever, but we thought it was only appropriate for AJ to announce Chandler. You know, you look at how people are announced and how it is, but that is what AJ means to us. It means that, you know, he's set with us. I talked to AJ about Chandler. I asked him, I don't know, a month or two ago to start watching Chandler. And AJ, Daniel, and Landon all gave me and Matt our opinion. And that's the way we do it. We don't do it as in, you know, hey, Matt and I sit beside the fire and say, oh, let's go pick such and such. We actually ask these guys, what do they think? How do they feel about it? You know, can they race with them? Can they bring them into a family? And watching Chandler and, you know, it's no secret, getting to know Kyle Busch, you know, was something that Kyle even talked great about Chandler. But knowing his stats and how well he's done has been good. He loves to text and talk, even in the middle of the night, which I haven't quite figured that out yet because AJ hates to text and talk. So we'll have to work on that. But it's a lot of fun to bring in youth, right? Like Justin Haley came in with us, made it to the Cup Series, and that's what our goal is. You know, Daniel, and they're standing in the back while I keep saying this, but he's ran Cup, then he came back to Xfinity, ran Cup again. Same thing with Landon. So we love what Matt has created because it's all, you know, Matt is what we are here for. You know, Matt is the one that makes this go round and round. But we're excited to have Chandler, excited for AJ to tell him how bad he sucks. Yep. Sorry, no pun intended, but he will tell you. And I'll guarantee you, AJ will be sitting on the pit box on Saturdays like Justin Haley does and making sure pushing that Xfinity group as hard as they can go. So welcome to our family. Everybody here is already appreciative, and thank you for coming.
Additional media questions now that Chandler has been announced?
Nope. You want this?
So fans, I want to say from us at Kaulig Racing, we got a bunch of fans in the back. Thank you so much for coming out on a Wednesday. We really appreciate you, and we love you. Hands off to the fans. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You sure you want to do this? No. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.